episode of Shit Out of Luck, we dive into Baton Rouge Killer. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Pondex, for sponsoring this episode. Check them out today at pondex.com. Use the promo code Larry21 for 10% off. And of course, Audible. Check out Audible, audibletrial.com/Larry21. Get your free audiobook, no purchase necessary, audibletrial.com/Larry21. And as always, you can be a part of the show. Send us a voicemail at 682-305-0483. Let us know your thoughts on the cases we cover, or anything we missed, or just comment in general. And now on to today's topic. Known as the Baton Rouge Killer, Derrick Todd Lee is thought to have killed at least 7 women between 1998 and 2003. According to CNN, those who knew the Louisiana native described him as an attractive and pleasant man. Don't they all? Even so, Lee did have a criminal record, which included burglary, peeping Tom incidents, and stalking. Oxygen writes that police long suspected that he had killed Connie Warner, a woman from Zachary, Louisiana, in 1992. That being said, there was never any evidence to tie Lee to the crime scene. Moreover, it's believed that he was also involved in the 1998 disappearance and presumed murder of Randy Mabrewer, who is also from Zachary and has never been found. Lee's luck ran out in the early 2000s. According to WBRZ, Gina Wilson Green, Pam Kinnemore, Tranisha Dean Colm, and Carrie Lynn Yoder were all brutally murdered between 2001 and 2003. Interestingly, the victims physically resembled each other. All had brown hair and light-colored skin. Authorities took DNA evidence from each crime scene, which would later be key in solving the murders. On January 14, 2002, Geraldine DeSoto was murdered in her home in Addis, Louisiana. The LSU grad student was only 21 years old. DeSoto was found by her husband when he returned home from work later that day. In fact, WBRZ writes that police suspected that he had been the one who had killed her. Although DNA evidence was present, it did not yield any results when it was tested, and her murder remained unsolved. Only a few months later, 22-year-old Charlotte Murray Pace was murdered in her Baton Rouge apartments. Per WBRZ, she had been stabbed to death and sexually assaulted. After Pace's murder, DeSoto's family noticed some eerie similarities between the two crimes. Both DeSoto and Pace were grad students at LSU and had been murdered around the same time of day. Moreover, they had been beaten and stabbed. Whoever had killed the two women had also taken their phones and slashed their throats. Ultimately, this led to DeSoto's family to believe she was the victim of a serial killer. In July 2002, Diane Alexander was violently attacked in her home by a man that had asked to use her phone. She survived and was able to provide police with a sketch of the suspect. Authorities instantly noticed the similarity between the sketch and known criminal Derrick Todd Lee. In May 2003, a DNA sample was taken from Derrick Todd Lee. Soon after, DNA testing concluded that he was connected to the murders of Gina Wilson Green, Charlotte Murray Pace, Pam Kinnemore, Tranisha Dean Colum, and Carrie Lynn Yoder. According to WAFB, the DNA evidence from Geraldine DeSoto's murder was retested and found to be a match with Lee. He was subsequently charged with second-degree murder. At Lee's trial, prosecutors explained that his DNA was found in DeSoto's fingernails. In other words, she had fought back. Moreover, bloody footprints on the scene matched a pair of boots that Lee owned. He was found guilty of DeSoto's murder and sentenced to life in prison in August 2004. In October of the same year, he was also found guilty of Pace's murder. In 2004, the Times reported that Lee was sentenced to death by lethal injection for Pace's murder. Although he was only convicted of 2 murders, his DNA ultimately linked him to 7 other crimes. However, Susan D. Mustafa writes that Lee is believed to have killed several other women in Louisiana before he was caught. He remained on death row at Louisiana State Prison until his death at 47 from heart disease on January 21st, 2016. With news of his death, the loved ones of the victims expressed their relief. Prior to his death, Lee had made several appeals and was attempting to overturn his death sentence. Hey, give us a thumbs up if you like our video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be connected with True Crime Never Sleeps podcast. And you can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Good Pods. And please do consider giving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on Good Pods. And of course, if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring in new hosts, be able to pay them, take this show on the road, which we'd love to live stream from true crime locations. I mean, how would that not make the show even a little bit better? We'd love to live stream from, California, perhaps do another episode, a full-length episode on the Black Dahlia or the Cecil Hotel, and your support can help make that happen. So, of course, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We will see you next time.